you let your story be that I'm growing and learning to be a conscious being in the best version of myself possible, and that's my only story, and then anything else on the side is just like, oh, so how does that relationship level with my growing and being the best version of myself? Well, it doesn't. Cool. So then it has nothing to do with the past 20 years that I've been friends with this person. It just has to do with who I am right now. I love you, and I'm growing to be the best version of myself. I'll see you when I see you. I'll be in touch if you need to be. Call me if there's an emergency, if you need help, if you need guidance, if you want to talk about growth, if you have some challenges in your life. I'm still here for you. But when we are together, again, and the other thing I was going to say is when you start to do this anyway, sometimes those people, depending on their level of energy and their level of toxicity and their level of where they're focusing, they're not going to want to be around you anyway, because their judgment and perspective of you is going to be, oh, this guy, gal who's like just always happy all the time and rainbows and unicorns. It's not for me. And that's fine. And that's how it works, right? And then suddenly you find yourself attracting people into your life that are looking to live on purpose and to enjoy the experience of life and to recognize that literally every single second of life is a gift. And when you wake up in the morning, there is gravity, there is sunlight, there's oxygen, all here just so that you can exist. What are you doing? When you start to step into these concepts and you realize that this is what life is about and this is why I'm here, to waste it worried about what someone who I kind of don't really enjoy being around cares or thinks about me isn't necessarily the best use of life. And when they start to recognize, because then not only are you enjoying life, but you're becoming confident about it. You're recognizing this is me. Like, this is a gift. Like, I am a child of God. I'm a divine being. I'm just energy in form. Do I want to take the time to spend it somewhere else that is not serving this magnificent gift called life? Because now is all there is. So be here now and be exactly who you want to be. When you stop caring what other people think, you start living more on purpose. Judgment versus curiosity, that's two sides of the same coin. They are recognizing something as different, and typically in human nature, we go to judge it as better or worse than us, right? Good or bad. And instead, if we can start stopping that and shift that judgment to curiosity. So, and this works for ourselves and it works for others. Right. So I'll just start with ourselves, because so many of us do this so often, especially, as a coach, we work with clients this all the time. They're constantly judging themselves. I should be further along in my career. I should weigh less. I should have a better relationship. I should, all these different things. They're shooting on themselves all day long. Right. So stop that. And just you can feel the energy. Oh, I'm not good enough. I should do this. I should do that. By the way, based on what? Based on your comparison to what? Based on, what somebody else somewhere else believes or told you. Right. So not only are you judging yourself with an energy that isn't serving you, but you're typically basing it on somebody else's perspective or what you care what someone else thinks. Now take all those exact same examples and switch that should to could. Right? So now we're going from should as in judge. You should be this. And by the way, when you judge somebody, yourself or something else, you put it into a box. You label it as, and there's no room for growth, because you are now, I'm judging you as bad. Well, that means he's bad. He or she's bad, right? So that's a very broad brush. Or I'm judging her as good, whatever it is, but you're still just saying that's what it is. As opposed to now we shift from should to could. Well, I could lose some more weight. Cool. What does that look like? I could be further along my career. Awesome. So what do you want to do about that? I could, be in a better relationship. Great. So why do you think that you're not so far? Well, what could be better about it? What type of relationship are you looking for? Right. So and even just the energy, you can hear me saying it. There's a difference between judgment and curiosity. Curiosity opens up possibility. You've taken the lid off the box. You've taken the label off the thing or the individual, and now you're opening it up, not only the curiosity to see what it is as the two things. One, what it has been, like, why did it get to be that way, right? So instead of judging it as bad, you can just be curious as to why it is that way, or whatever that way is, right? Whatever, if you look at it from an observational standpoint, not a judgmental standpoint. And then once you realize that, it's like, so now I'm curious, and I was curious as to how they got to be this way. I can also now be more curious as to what it can be. So now you've opened up not only awareness, but now a possibility, an opportunity, and creativity. And so when we intentionally shift from judgment to curiosity, we shift from this energy of this is happening to me, and that there's no, this is just, it is what it is, in a way that there's nothing I can do about it, and I don't like it, or I do like it, to just, it could be anything. It could be whatever I want it to be. And I get to be curious as to what that is going to be.